Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and I'm sitting in this skid steer today because my new equipment building is at the end of the driveway. I just have to switch to the pallet forks, go down there and get it unloaded. Then within the next hour, I'll have all my construction block here. We'll have to unload all that and try to get those set in place. Should be a lot of fun. This is a 30-foot by 60-foot Quonset hut. They told me to have a machine here that could lift at least 3,000 pounds. I later found out that the combined weight of these 3 pallets was 7,000 pounds, so we were well within the lift capacity, but I was still taking it pretty slow. This next clip coming up here, I'm venting frustration a little bit because I thought I would be getting an owner's manual or a set of instructions step by step how to put this together, and I didn't. But that's alright, it's not rocket science and we'll figure it out. Alright guys, we've got good news and bad news here. The good news is I ordered this building like in March and been thinking about it and trying to plan for it ever since. So the good news is the building's here. The bad news is I don't know how to put it together. I thought it would come with like a instruction book or something. And I've emailed the company and they said we sent you the plans. So these are the plans. It's, to me, looks kind of like a blueprint with some notes on it. It doesn't tell a homeowner how to put this building together in my mind. It's like 5 pages. Page 2 is like a picture of how you layer the rock and do footings for the concrete. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Doesn't help me any. Page 3 is like more pictures of the footings. I don't even understand this. I'm not a contractor. I don't know what it means. The last page is pictures of the end wall. Looks to me like I have to cut all the curves on the end wall. Certainly when I ordered the end walls, didn't think I'd be cutting them. It'd be one thing to cut the bottom off, but I thought it would already have the curve to it. This is the most helpful page I have, and it basically gives you information on how to bolt the track, how to bolt each arch down on the track. But it's not really instructions even for that. So I'm gonna contact the company and see if there's anything else, but it sounds like this is all the instructions I get. I've watched every YouTube video I can possibly find on building a Quonset hut. They're all just regular guys like me, and it's giving you the 30-foot view. It's not right in there, and it probably wouldn't help if it was, because they're different companies, but they don't tell me how to put a building together either. So I have a feeling that it's going to be trial and error and asking questions in Facebook groups that's going to tell me how to put this building together. But anyway, I'm glad it's here, and we'll get it put up. The next thing is getting all the block unloaded and set in place so that we're ready to start on this. All right, so I want to show you first what came in this building kit. We have these short panels here. I believe that you use these to start each row, but you alternate which side that starter panel is on so that your seams aren't lined up. Then we have two sections of these longer arches, one here and one over there. This pallet has more long arches and some medium length arches. I don't exactly know from looking at the print how you configure those. Here are the rails. This goes towards the outside, and your arch sets right here, and then this rail like overhangs your concrete block, which I don't think a lot of people even have a spot for that from what I've seen. Then we have 4 buckets. Oh, those are heavy. 4 buckets of 5/16 by 3/4 inch bolts with square nuts. Then these are like connectors for the bottom rail. I think these are used to bolt the rail down. I don't know what these are. And these panels are the end walls, and they come in different lengths. The short one's on the outside and the tall one's in the middle. But I thought that one end of this on all the lengths would have an arch cut in it, because these go on the ends of the building as kind of your drip rail. I think that end wall sets up in those. But I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to cut an arch in each of these. We'll see as we go. And then there's some insulation here, foam. I don't know where it goes, or it's maybe a seal behind these drip rails. That's what we got. Fast forward about an hour, and we've got 20 of these giant construction concrete blocks being delivered. These blocks are 6 foot long, 2 foot wide, and 2 foot tall, and each one of them weighs 3,600 pounds. We'll be using those as the foundation for the building to raise it up higher. They were able to bring 10 blocks per trip, so we've got 2 trailer loads of this to unload tonight. With these blocks weighing 3,600 pounds apiece and the rated operating weight being at 3,400 pounds, I was really being cautious with these. But having now unloaded them and set them all in place,
I can tell you it was no problem at all for this machine. Obviously, you wouldn't want to go real fast with them. That's just common sense, especially while they're up in the air. But I was definitely impressed with the capabilities on this skid loader.
Alright, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do this chain to move these. My intention was to pass this hook through here, loop around the forks and hook to the chain. Well, this won't go through here. And if it did, I'd only have one loop of chain, and it's a lot stronger if you double it. This chain is rated for 6,500 pounds, which is a lot more than the block, but it's still always better if you can double over. So what we did was went halfway down this chain, folded it over, and then pulled it through like this. Now all of these pieces of rebar vary. Some of these you have a lot of room under the rebar, and some you barely can fit the chain through. This is one that you can barely fit through. If I was doing a single loop, this would be a lot easier to pull, but I like this double loop method. Okay, so after we fold this in half and slide it through, we've got this circle right here. And we slide the forks through that one, and then hook the chain here, and we slide the forks through this double loop. Worked really well.
As long as my driveway is, and as many of these blocks as we have, I just couldn't see myself taking each one down to the end of the drive where the building is going and making this driver sit here and wait. So what we did was just set them off to the side and came back for them later.
All right, well, I feel like it's been a productive day, but we didn't accomplish everything I wanted to. We got this graded and flattened out and ready for block. We've got our corners marked off for block. We got the actual building unloaded, and we've got 10 of the 20 construction blocks unloaded. So we still have probably an hour of working in the dark just to get the rest of those blocks unloaded. But otherwise, we've got everything measured out and we're ready to start lining the blocks up. So that's tomorrow's job. I appreciate you taking time to watch. You'll see more of our videos right here, and I'll see you next time.